Hi, welcome to this new session, lab session 2.2. Basically, in this session, you will learn to see more visual elements from Witness as you did before. So the slides already available on Vital will show you how to go through it. Nevertheless, I'm going to explain how to work this out. So basically, what we have, or what we had really was this model. We have a part A1, which is pushing to B1, and then M1 pull from B1. Then M1 push to M2, and then we have a label in between. But then after that, we put a conveyor which connect with M3, which is in the end pushed to B2. So basically, here in this process, there are several things that are happening, and it's very interesting to see in real time. For instance, what about the current state of a machine, of the labor? Are they busy or not? So can we really see something in a real-time basis on Witness? Well, the purpose of this session is about to show you how. So basically what we do is that in the tab that is called, let me make it that bigger in case you don't see it, is the tab chart in pack one, right? We have one particular icon, which is TL machine, right? So basically, in this case, we're going to use this one in particular, then we're going to use other ones, so then you can see how they work. It's pretty simple, actually. But we're going to start with the TL machine, which is about to show the current state of an element of witness. So basically, you just drag and drop, and then you just need to follow the steps. So once you drag and drop, basically, you will see this image, right? So we have this machine C201 with that box there and all these elements. So basically, what we need to do here is to replace this icon by the icon that we want to use in order to plot here their states. So in order to do so, we just go to we click over the element, right, that we just put in the layout. So then we go to elements and then we do copy display. Once we do that, then we just paste over the element that we already had, the element that was copied. So basically what happens is that once we do that, is that that information now is going to be addressed into that particular graphical element. In the same way, right, once we run the model, we should be able to see the different states of this. So we can copy, paste all the time, and then we can replace the icon by that graphical element so that we can see the current state of all of them. We can do the same with the others, right, with this utilization machine, utilization labor, through part. So then we can see more graph, like what is happening with the parts, with the conveyor, with the machine, or with the labor. So this is very interesting. Once you run a simulation model, then you want to see what's happening in real time. And of course that in the end you need to do the same exercises and compare graphically what happened with that. But let's do this together in a way that we see how it works. So I'm going to minimize this a little bit, just more or less here. So then we're going to open our previous model, which was this one, as you remember. So as you remember, this model was about to send part to M1. So then with a labor, they move to M2. They go to this conveyor with finalizing M3. Finally, they go to B2. So as we said, we have this chart in part one, where we have all these elements. And then we talk about this TLM machine. So basically, we're going to drag and drop these elements. Before doing so, make sure that you save your model with a different name, because this is going to be a new version. The previous version was already working, so we have to be sure that everything is in place. So I'm going to make this a bit bigger. I'm going to make this a bit smaller, something like this. I'm going to minimize this a little bit, like that. So basically, I'm going to make this smaller so that I can drag and drop this element, maybe here, right? It's just there actually. So I can, make it closer, because the basically the lock is not closed, so it's something like this. So maybe I can try to put them maybe here. Okay. So I can move this here, make it bigger a bit. Okay. So I'm going to do this like this. All the time you need to move witness so that you can be sure that is the right thing. So if we follow the instructions, right, we just need to click on this element. So then we go to menu elements. Then we do copy display. So we do the copy display, and then basically what we do is that once we do the copy display, then we click over the element that we want, for instance, that one. Then we click on paste. Basically, that's it. And then this cross is going to appear to see where that is going to be, where the icon is going to be placed. So it's just there. Of course, that once you do that, the icon is lost. So you need to set again the previous icon. So if I remember correctly, one of those icons were, let me see, I think one of those icons, maybe this one, right? So once we do that, now if I run the simulation quickly, we should see the state of M1. So let's see what happens. So automatically, I can see, for instance, every state, so then I can instantly see if the machine is blocked, is empty, is idle, is busy, or is waiting for a labor. Of course, the idea is try to put more elements, so I need to follow exactly the same pattern. So I'm going to click over the element, then I'm going to click on copy display, then over this M2 element, I do right click, I do on paste, sorry, it's here, edit paste, sorry. And I click where the icon is going to be placed. It's going to be around here. Then I'm going to update the icon again because this was lost based on the previous paste that we did. So let me see which one was it. Probably was, okay, let's say that one. Now I'm going to do the same with the other. So elements, copy display, then paste. So click where I want it. Just like this. I'm going to right click over this element. The other element, let's say, it could be anyone really, right? So it's that. So now when I will run the model, I should be able to see the three different elements here, listed as M1, M2, M3. So let's see what happens. I'm going to make this faster, and then I'm going to run this model. So of course, I can see immediately what happened with M1 and M2. They are particularly blocked, as you can see. Now, of course, that M3 is not appearing in this model because M3 is not being used. Part are going through the different well, it's going through the conveyor. So once the part will reach the conveyor, we can try to see if M3 really appears. So there you go. We have now M3 fully working. Then of course we can see that M2 and M1 looks fully blocked, which is not good. That's generating a lot of bottlenecks in M3. That's why we can see the very big yellow color. Now we can try other ones, for instance, as we say here. So we have other two interesting ones, which is, let me make it bigger for you now. So we have the utilization machine, utilization labor. We have other elements like through part, and then also we have for the buffers. So those ones work exactly the same. We can see here. So basically, I'm going to do, for instance, the labor, which is this one. I'm going to put it maybe here. So number of element to measure is only one labor, so I'm going to put it here, which is going to be labor 1. That's it. Chart refresh interval is 1, so everything is automatic. I can put the total time. That's it. So for instance, now you can see how busy the labor is. I'm going to add this element. So now you can see instantly, how the labor is, so if it's busy or not, if it's idle, and so on. Of course, that whenever you have a new state, the witness model is going to add that. We can add more elements, like for instance, let's say we said here in this example, we said that we're going to add the buffer or through part, for instance. So let's say this through part. I'm going to add it here. So it automatically is telling me which part is going to be. This is going to be A1. How long the interval is going to refresh, every minute, forever. So then I'm going to make it, smaller so we can see it. So you can start adding a lot of nice graphs, once when I got more control over the model. So yes, run the simulation. So then I can see, for instance, how regularly every part are arriving, and the simulation is certainly looking more and more interesting, especially for understanding proper statistics. I really hope that you have enjoyed this session and try to see all the possibilities with your graphs. And this certainly will help to see more details on the statistics. Don't forget to save your model. This is very important. Otherwise, you will maybe lost all your work. Okay, thank you very much, and let's keep continue doing this.